Underneath the fresh waters of North America, in our own backyards, there lies one of the most sought-after sport fish in these United States. Some of the greatest crappie fishing in the world, enticing some of the greatest crappie anglers in the world. Anglers from every state, anglers from all walks of life, anglers just like you and me. From the muddy waters of the mighty Mississippi, the humid swamps of South Florida, to the world-renowned Grenada Lake, and every slab-filled lake in between, all striving for one common goal. From state championships all across our land, to the coveted national championship trophy. These are your Crappie Masters.
Bass Pro Shops Crappie Masters TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Mercury, #1 on the water. Hummingbird, simply, clearly, better. Minn Kota, anywhere, anytime. Martin Metal, working hard for your success. And by Rockport Rattler, it's a dinner bell for fish. Last week on Crappie Masters TV, we brought you the first half of the 2013 Crappie Masters National Championship from Grenada Lake in beautiful Mississippi. After some unusual weather and a few surprises after the first day weigh-in, we're back to bring you the exciting conclusion to this year's classic. It'll be a final weigh-in that is truly unlike anything you've ever seen on Crappie Masters Tournament Trail. But first, let's go to Mike Vallentine, already out on the water for the start of the second and final day of this 2013 National Championship at the world-famous Grenada Lake.
Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Crappie Masters National Championship on Grenada Lake, Mississippi. We're heading out to catch up with the top 3 teams today. It's going to be a shootout, only a half a pound separating the top 5 teams. Let's go see what's going to happen. We're out here on day number 2. We have about 5 minutes till start time. We're pulled up on the second place team, Corey and Cody Batterson, an adult youth team. They've got a spotter in their boat. We've put a spotter in the boat for the top 3 teams today. We're going to be filming them, watching them, see if we can't catch their fish, so we can show you guys how they're catching them, help make you better crappie fishermen. Once they put their boat in gear, these planer boards, they'll start spreading out and they'll move out kind of in a V shape behind their boat. And those crankbaits will be some, 25, 50 feet, and then running, diving deep down to about the depth that the crappie are, which right now, I think they're, down there anywhere from 8 to 12 foot. And we're out here in 14, 15 foot of water, and they're just pulling them crankbaits right through that depth of water. Crappie are coming up and smacking it. They're out here doing what nobody else is doing. Looks like we got the third place teams right in front of us. We're traveling along side by side with the second place team, and just ahead of them is the third place team. And they were unable to get in there real close. These guys are pulling planer boards. They're pulling these crankbaits some 100 to 200 feet off to the sides of their boat. There's their fish, good fish. They got a big fish, great big crappie. Looky there, another big Grenada slab. They just put those poles out and got those planer boards out and those crankbaits. Look at them, they're high-fiving, having a good time. You know that's a big fish. These guys know what these big crappie look like and how much they weigh. They can pull themselves another big one in. These guys are off to a great start. Keep your eyes on this. We're watching something that we haven't really seen before out here. These guys are catching fish on crankbaits. They pull that planer board on. They're bringing in another big crappie right here. I mean, literally 2 minutes ago, they just pulled in another 2-pound crappie. Looks like they're about to get another one. I can see that fish skiing across the top of the water. Looky there, that's a big fish right there. Another big fish. That's 5 fish in the boat. They haven't even been fishing for an hour and a half this morning. This is when you know things are going right for you. Just drop some baits in the water, you start getting bites, and you start catching big crappie. These are the kind of things it takes to win a national championship. All cylinders must be clicking, and these guys have got it going on this morning.
Welcome, folks, to the second day of competition right here at the Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters 2013 National Championship right here on Grenada Lake at Grenada, Mississippi, the home of the 3-pound crappie. We just right here with the first place team. They're already catching fish, 14-something pounds they got. Second and third place right behind them with about 6-7 ounces, all separating them. It's going to be a shootout, folks. They're pushing jigs. The other two teams are pulling crankbaits. What a difference in the way you go fishing on the lake. We'll be right back here in just a minute and see if they can catch another big slab. First place team, Matt Morgan, Kent Watson, Lucas Oil, and the Rockport Rattler team has just landed a nice crappie in the boat. I imagine they've already got one or two. They've been fishing about 20 minutes already, 25 minutes. Done put a fish in the boat. They're well on their way, hopefully maybe, to be the first 2-time champions of Bass Pro Shop Crappie Masters National Championship. How many you already got, Matt? Well, folks, what Matt just did, he went back, turned his paddle boards around on the power poles, and he's going to drop them down the water here in a little bit, and he'll be able to drift right with the wind, keep a lot less bounce on his boat away from the poles, and have a better chance for a strike. Well, Matt, you guys have caught one fish this morning. The wind's, of course, picked up here. Kind of give us what you're going to do the rest of the day and if you have to move or not.
The wind, where we're at right now, the wind's bouncing pretty good, and as light as the bite is, just making it a little real hard to detect. You can't really move in the direction that you want to. We want to try to give this a chance earlier this morning, and we'll stick with it here another half hour, and then we'll be heading over here to the east shore to get out of the wind and see what we can do. We're confident we'll come in with them. We'll get
well, we wish you the best of luck, and maybe this wind is supposed to die down by noon.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. You know, you got to always play the wind into your strategy of what you're going to do fishing. And I'm confident we'll get 7 good ones.
All right, get them, boys. Folks, we just talked to Matt Morgan, Kent Watson. They've caught one fish, but we had calm water yesterday. Today we got wind, and it's supposed to die down about noon, but as you can see, we're rocking and rolling out here right now. If this doesn't stop, man, this leaderboard could change all the way around. But we got 2 teams pulling crankbaits. The wind doesn't bother people pulling crankbaits. It could be a complete change around and a whole new technique for the very first time winning this national championship.
Thank you, Paul. We're pulling up again on Tommy Scarless, Kyle Steinfeld. They've got 6 fish in a boat. The news is out there, Matt Morgan and them off to a slower start. They've only got 1 fish in a boat at this time. We know these guys got 6 fish in a boat. We're talking about a 3, 4, 5 pound lead right now. You know, we've only been fishing a couple of hours. It's early, anything can happen. A couple of bites can change your day. This is gonna be an exciting day, back and forth. We're gonna see what happens.
Well, we're out here on Lake Grenada. We're setting out our offshores, which are inline planer boards. It's been a good start to the morning so far. We've got 5 fish. 2 of them are good ones. One is a toad, and 2 of them are little ones we'd like to get rid of. We're using Berkeley flicker shads. We're also throwing out some Salmo hornets, and we're putting these baits down 8 to 11 feet, trying to trigger these fish into biting. And we're slow rolling them across. I've got a Minn Kota EM on the back of my big motor on my Evinrude E-Tech, and on the cavitation plate. And what that does is that allows us to quietly move through the water. We've got our offshores a long ways away from the boat, but we feel that these fish are fairly spooky. I don't think it's that tough of a bite. I mean, we handled well over 20 legals yesterday, and we handled 20 legals the day before in practice in 2 different areas. And I think it's just a matter of finding the schools of shad and then taking your crankbaits over across the top of them. And we're going, it's so precise, we have to go 0.8 of a mile an hour to 1.1, and the most efficient speed is 0.9 to 1 mile an hour. And as long as we stay in that speed range, we can catch the fish. We do a lot of this fishing for walleyes. I've caught a lot of crappies while I'm fishing for walleyes with offshores out in the water. And so it's just a method that I said, man, Kyle, we gotta qualify for Grenada. We've qualified through the Rathbun tournament, and our main point was to qualify through this tournament for this tournament so we could come down here and do exactly this. This is a technique that a lot of people are a little hesitant to do due to the fact that It's just there's a learning curve to it, but it really isn't that tough. You clip the board on, you send it out, and I got a fish on it. As soon as it goes back or goes under like a big bobber, you got a fish on. Feel good? Okay, right over my head. He wants the other side. Time to reel it in. So we're just going to keep pulling these flicker shads through the water, and hopefully we'll end up with 4 more nice fish and possibly a chance to do well in this thing. Pull out a top 5, maybe even a top 3, and who knows, maybe even champions. Which that would be cool. Way cool. Too cool. Could you handle it, Kyle?
You bet.
All right.
Folks, we're out here in the ocean right now. No, really, we're at Grenada Lake, but it looks like the ocean. We're pulling up on Corey and Cody Batterson from Iowa. They're in second place right now, only 7 ounces out of first place. But they're pulling crankbaits, and as you can see, using planer boards and pulling crankbaits, you can fish in any condition, anytime. Well, fellas, first time I've ever seen a crappie tournament pulling planer boards.
Well, Offshore Tackle is a sponsor of ours. We're on their National Pro Staff team now, and they build a good product. You know what's nice about them? The board actually got a little tattletale flag on it, so you can pick up a small fish, or don't see the initial hit on the board, that flag will go down and stay down. That's kind of a strike indicator.
We'll get back in there, and you know what? You guys could be the first ever adult youth team to win this national championship.
We're going to give it a hack.
All right.
All right.
We might have started a new tradition right here, right on Grenada Lake. We've broke all the records that you can break. Now we're probably going to start a new tradition how to fish. How about that? Nothing like it better in Grenada Lake, Grenada, Mississippi.
I'm Mike Parrott, 2008 Crappiemasters National Champion. I want to show you a good little product here that we've been using during our tournament fishing. Engle bait cooler, 30-quart cooler. It's got a great little aerator, 12 volt. You plug it into a cigarette lighter. This thing keeps your minnows cool and lively. As long as you got good lively minnows, you catch more crappie. Check it out. It's a great product.
I'm Travis Bunting.
And I'm Charles Bunting.
And we're the 2012 Crappie Master National Champions.
We use Engle coolers because it keeps the water cooler.
It also makes our minnows more active and live longer.
And that's how we won the national championship.
We use a 19-quart Engle cooler and keep 2 pounds of minnows alive all day.
And we put a pound of minnows in a 13-quart and keep them alive all day.
Engle live bait coolers. Check them on the website today. Engle coolers, a legend in reliability.
Well, folks, we're back at the second day's competition. We're at the weigh-in, and the excitement is building up even bigger and bigger because somebody is going to become the 2013 national champion, and they're going to win 2 brand new Z7 nitro boats, 150 horsepower Mercury motors, XS Pro accessories worth $55,000. That's what I said, $55,000. Well, we're all getting ready and we're anticipating. You know, it's going to be a great show. And guess what? Here comes our crankbait boys pulling planer boards. Starless is coming in. He's grabbing his fish out of the live well, excited, running up the hill. He's got 3 big fish, and he's afraid they're stressed out, and they can weigh in early. Guess what? Here we go.
All right.
How many you weighing?
3.
3
Oh,
fish.
look at here. 3 fish.
Yeah. Uh-oh. 3 fish.
698.
698. 698.
Got the big one in here, don't you? Oh, God.
Look at this.
Look out, folks.
Oh, wow! Look at that slab.
Look at that slab right there, folks. This is a monster. Here we
That's
go,
a
folks.
super hog right there.
This could be the
What's
new
the weight,
big
boys?
fish right here.
What do you think it weighs?
Look at there, 3 pounds, I think. Nope,
Not quite.
267.
267. That does take the lead.
Yeah,
The
that
big
does take
fish
the
in the
lead.
tournament. 267.
Okay,
Now,
we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
They're going. The lake's been dropped 6 foot in the last 3 weeks. They're catching them down about 10 foot deep, and these crappie right now are in a very stressful mode. So they brought their fish in early. They can weigh in one time early. They did it, had 3 fish, almost 7 pounds. First time ever fishing the Classic, folks. You don't think you can't come and compete in Crappie Masters, you're wrong. These guys might win this, might be the new 2013 national champions. B&M Pro Staff.
They need a total of 10:57 to take the lead when they add it all up.
524.
5:24.
What you have before? Yeah, they're going to take the lead right here. It's going to be your new leaders. How much do you need?
At 12:31 today for a two-day total of 2386. Your new championship leaders.
And here comes Scott Williams and Danny Williams, father and son team, getting ready to sit in the hot seat, hoping for the last 10 to come in and weigh in, that they will not bump them out.
These guys had 13 pounds even yesterday. They need 1087 to take the lead. They have 7 fish today. Let's welcome them up here. Michael and Derek Walters, B&M Pro Staff members.
B&M Pro Staff, these guys have been fishing a long time. How much?
1087 to take
Watch
the lead.
it close, guys. Watch it close.
12:21. Two-day total of 25:21. Your new leaders in the national championship, Michael and Derek Walters. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We're down to the final 3, the top 3. Let's hear it for them. Here they come. Tommy Scarlett and Kyle Steinfeld. Will they take the lead?
It could be close. It'll be the first time these fish have ever been caught this way in our tournament.
772. We'll add to their total, but they're going to take the lead. Here we go. 2 teams to go. These guys had 1346 yesterday. Now they're going to goes up a little bit. They need 1438 to take the lead. Let's welcome them up here. Bobby Garland, Crappie Town team. Corey and Cody Patterson. They've got 7 fish.
You're good and alive. I appreciate that. 1225.
1225.
1225.
Two-day total of 2571.
Bobby Garland team.
All right, folks, are you ready? We're down to 1 team to go.
And this team could be the first team ever to win it twice in a row.
That's right. It's never happened. Will it happen today? Yesterday, they had 1407. They need 1377 to take the lead. They are past national champions. Bring them up here right now. Matt Morgan and Kent Watson coming up here.
Lucas Oil team and the Rockport Rattler team. Here they come.
You betcha. And folks, I can tell you right now, you guys need to turn your head the other way. They have 2 fish.
360.
360 gives them a 2-day total of 1767.
Let's get it out there and get it growing, folks. Thanks a lot. Lucas Oil team.
Congratulations. Let's give them a hand. Matt Morgan and Kent Watson.
Well, I thank Grenada, the city of Grenada, the county of Grenada, and the Grenada area tourism here, Sandy. But on the behalf of Bass Pro Shop Crappiemasters, I'd like to introduce you to
Tommy Scarlett, Kyle Steinfeld, your 2013 Bass Pro Shops Crappiemasters National Champions! And by the way, now the winners of 2 Nitro Z7 boats fully rigged out.
with 150 horsepower Pro XS Mercury motors. Let's hear it for them.
There you go. Stand up, folks. Give them a hand. Your 2013 National Champions. Thank you, Grenada. And what a great season. Thanks to all of our anglers, Paul, who fished all through the year on the Crappiemasters circuit.
That's right.
Without them.
And don't forget, you can watch it on Crappiemasters TV, on the Pursuit Channel, on Dish and Direct TV. Ain't crappie fishing fun. Well, folks, on the behalf of Bass Pro Shop Crappiemasters, Bass Pro Shops, Mercury Motors, Nitro Boats, Tracker Marine, Minn Kota Hummingbird, we want to thank you for all the memories and all the fun. I hope you enjoyed the shows. Folks, check us out on Facebook. Check us out on crappiemasters.net. You can get the greatest and latest. God bless, and God bless America.
There you go. Your national champion for 2013.
Bass Pro Shops Crappiemasters TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Mercury, #1 on the water. Hummingbird, simply, clearly, better. Minn Kota, anywhere, anytime. Martin Metal, working hard for your success. And by Rockport Rattler, it's a dinner bell for fish.